Hey guys, it's Lori. It's New Year's Eve. Please don't mind me. I can't see. These are just cheaters. My grandchildren broke my glasses. I really can't see without them. So I have my readers, my cheaters, so that I can at least read or, look at videos or whatever. But I honestly can't. I'm using my phone and I can see myself, but I can't. It's all a blur. So pardon my appearance. I know I saw my son the other day, and the first thing he said to me is, "Oh, mom, oh, you look uh, tired." And I was like, "I know, honey. I know I look awful. It's been a rough year. I was going to say a couple weeks, couple months, but year, but especially since I'd say July, it's been absolutely horrendous. But anyway, here we are at the end of 2017. And everybody talks around New Year's about resolutions and how life's going to change, and everybody kind of gets excited. Okay, something new, something fresh. Really, the only thing that changes is a number in the calendar, but it gives us that hope. It gives us that renewed sense of hope, I guess, where, okay, maybe we can start fresh. The good news is actually every day you wake up, you can start fresh. Every time you mess up, you can turn to God and say, I messed up. Lord, please. I'm sorry. Show me what to do. A good thing to ask him is reveal to me what's wrong, and help me. So not only reveal it, show it to me, show me what to do with it. Take it away. We can't be in control of that. We need to learn to take control and put it over to him. But if you're going out tonight, by the way, and tonight is New Year's Eve, please, 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 please have a designated driver and be especially careful, because even if you've done everything, even if you haven't touched a drop of alcohol or any kind of anything that'll make you intoxicated, even if you're wide awake, whatever, there's other people on the road that are not. So please be extra, extra careful. This is the biggest night of the year for driving under the influence of whatever and accidents and that sort of thing. So please, please, please be careful. May God bless you and protect you and surround you with a myriad of angels if you're out and about, or even if you're not, whatever. So if you're going out, please do this ahead of time. We're also in a full moon, so this is kind of a double whammy, right? But I hate when people talk about, I used to do it too when I was younger. And I don't know how many younger people do now. I haven't heard about it as much this year, but we make resolutions, and how many of them are broken a couple hours into New Year's, or a couple weeks into the new year, or even a couple months or whatever. So, first things first, set some goals for yourself. Okay, so what would you like to see happen in the new year for your life? What do you need to change? What are you unhappy with? Are you unhappy with your job? Are you unhappy with your relationship? Are you unhappy with something about yourself? Maybe your weight. Maybe you're unhappy with your current stability, or your financial situation. Whatever the case may be, are you unhappy or unsatisfied with something? Write it down, reflect on it, take your time, and write yourself a little sentence or two about why are you unsatisfied with that. And then what I want you to do is I want you to think about anybody that you may be upset with, or any situation you may be upset with, including yourself. Are you walking in forgiveness, or are you holding on? Because if you hold on, you're not doing, it's not like you're not harming that other person or whatever that situation is. It doesn't affect them, it affects you. And you could be growing a bitter root inside, and that's going to block any and everything that you want to do. It's going to tarnish it at the very least if it doesn't block it completely. So write down what's hurting you. And forgiveness is an action, it's not a feeling. So forgive. Take it literally. Take it. It helps to visualize. It helps to ritualize. Rituals, that's why people get into them so much, because it helps us. But actually take that. Hold it in your hand. Feel it. Look at it. Thank you for whatever purpose you served. Now I let it go and I forgive, including myself. Sometimes the hardest person is to forgive is yourself. The hardest person to admit is wrong is yourself a lot of times. I mean, even those people that like blame themselves for everything, are they really? Are they having a pity party or are they really? It's really hard to look in the mirror and say, that was my fault and I'm wrong. So forgive yourself, forgive others. That's really, really important because you don't want to grow a bitter root. You don't let the sun go down on your anger. Don't let the sun go down on your unforgiveness because that opens the door for negativity. That opens the door for deception. That opens the door for, and believe it or not, there are negative entities out there. I know people don't want to believe it, especially people that are into like new age stuff and everything. They want to believe that just everything is wonderful and everything is either your karma or your perspective. I'm sorry, there really are negative entities out there. So, and when we walk in anger or bitterness or unforgiveness, we're opening a door for that. We're giving them an invitation. Come on in and mess up my life, okay? Now go back to your goals, what you want to see happen, like what you're on. So we had written down what we're not satisfied with. Okay, so how can we fix that? And what I want you to do is I want you to put down goals, like lifetime achievement goals, right? And then what do you want to see happen this year? And I want you to be realistic, but not too realistic. Push yourself above. So you want to go outside of your scope of possibilities, like what you think you can do, but outside within limits, because your brain, your spirit has to believe that it can actually happen. God says anybody who expects to receive anything of him first must believe that he exists and must believe that he rewards those who diligently seek him. We can't ask anything of God that we don't believe will happen because faith is the answer. Faith is the bridge that connects us to God and what he wants to make us whole spiritually. He wants us to prosper even as our spirit prospers. And I'm not teaching the prosperity gospel because bad things happen. Even if you're walking with Christ, bad things are going to happen, especially if you're walking with Christ because the enemy don't like it. But we can have that peace. We can have the peace that surpasses all understanding. That happens too. Sorry, my baby girl. Sorry. Where people will go, how can you be so peaceful in this situation? Well, that's God. Okay, so write down these goals, and like I said, just be a little outside of what you can think will happen, but not so far that it's absolutely, you're like, no way, right? Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? And then, okay, so that's for the whole year. And then what I want you to do is I want you to say, okay, what can I do in January to go towards this goal? Say you want to lose weight. We'll just say that one, okay? So for January, my expectation is to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. Whatever you can set as realistic and then some, okay? So realistic and then some. Okay, and then what am I going to do in January to make that happen? First week of January, I'm going to develop a healthy diet. And you stick to that. Second week of January, I'm going to stick to that healthy diet and exercise, or whatever it may be. So I want you to get your yearly goal, get your monthly goal, get your weekly goal, and you can break it down to daily, you can break it down to hourly, depending on what it is that you're trying to do. But first things first, seek the kingdom of God, ask, teach yourself, train yourself to pray every day. Walk in gratitude first. So immediately upon waking up, thank you. Even if it's a thank you, good morning, thank you. Train yourself. The more you train yourself with gratitude, the more it will become natural for you. The more you will see what you can be grateful for in everyday things, even the negative. Now, I'm not saying be grateful for the negative, but you can be grateful in the negative. And the more you train yourself to do this, the more natural it becomes and the more you can see it clearly. So you want to walk in gratitude. You definitely want to walk in forgiveness because that bitter root will definitely it'll put a block, no doubt, on anything. So forgiveness, gratitude first, forgiveness. Belief. You have to believe. You have to believe. And faith. Have that faith. You know, in the book of James, it says, faith without works is dead. And so many people use that as a works based salvation. That's not what that means. What that means is if you truly have faith, because the next line is, I'll show you my faith through my works. If you truly are walking by faith, you go out on a limb. You do those things that may sound crazy. If you have $10 in your pocket and somebody needs 9, you give it up because you know that you have faith that if that's what you are supposed to do, and it is because we're supposed to help others, that you're going to get that back somehow, or whatever, your needs will be taken care of. That's walking by faith. That's, when you pray first and you get, okay, go for it. That's going out on a limb and doing what he says to do, even if the world says it's crazy. That's walking in faith. That's not being so terrified that you hang on to worldly things. You hang on to that $10 when you could have had an opportunity to bring in 100 times that much if you would have given it up. You don't know that. This is walking by faith. Man says, show me, and I'll believe it. God says, believe it, and I'll show you. All right, you guys, have a great 2018. I hope to connect with you. If you haven't heard about what I'm doing and how the business is changing and everything, and you really want to know, please message me today because tomorrow it's going to be too late. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.